Greetings, fellow traders. Paul here. It's time for the daily market wrap for Wednesday, August the 5th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where the market left off today. So SPX up 21 points, guys. We filled the weekly gap. All right, so but we left another gap below, so it's great. So we know how gaps, the weekly gaps like to get filled, so now we got that to deal with. But we're pretty close to all-time high, which is kind of neat right here. Daily chart, guys, really narrow range. In fact, this is the narrowest range today. It actually looks bigger in this one because the upper shadow, a little bit of an optical illusion right there, but 13.4 point range today, guys. If you felt like it was choppy today, that's because it was. Right, narrowest range day since the Corona crash, and again, right, because we had one the other day, right? And SPY too, lowest volume day, I believe, for a little bit there, wasn't it? Yeah, lowest volume day since the Corona crash as well, just a little bit less, just shy. They tried to push it in the close, a little bit of volume at the close right here, but yesterday was 41.9, and today was 41.6. So, some pretty interesting stuff there. So really narrow range day, really low volume day. Still holding trend, right? So we'll just continue to evaluate that and see where it goes from there. Let's take a look at the S&P futures, take a look at the price action today, and see what we worked with here intraday. So, I got a 1 minute chart in here. Let's get that pulled up right there. We go. Yeah, we were doing a instructional thing at the end of the day there. So good stuff, right? So we were in the gap most of the day. I shifted it up here already because we that part of the gap has already been dealt with, right? There's no volume in here, so we had a lot of price discovery going on. And it's pretty cool stuff, right? So we came in this morning, we had a bounce off of our signal zone low, came back up here, had a bounce on the pre-market highs, right? We got a nice short off of that one. This ended up going pretty good. And then it was pretty funny. We showed how to buy the dip right here off of our 15 overall signal zone low. Gave a nice move off of that for a big push to the upside, and now back down here in the after hours session. So pretty wild stuff today, guys. If today requires ninja skills, right? We point out a lot of this good stuff here in our group. But if you're not comfortable trading this stuff, it's okay. It's not it's not a moving day today. Where you just got to go with what we got to go with, and that's what happens when we go into these areas here with low volume, right? So MES, right? So same stuff. So we drew our trend lines earlier, so we ended up cracking below this one here. So let's see how this one holds going into the rest of the evening. As we put that fresh low in here right there. So let's see how that holds going into the rest of the day on that geometric line. Let's take a look at the Qs and see what they had in store for us today. So the Qs, really choppy stuff too. Just kind of hung around the 15 order most of the day on that one. IWM had a nice push at the open. Into the open, and then a nice push into the close too, guys. This helps with stuff like the airlines are really strong today. We'll take a look at those in a little bit, and the banks had some relative strength at the open as well. Apple, kind of interesting right here. Gave a little bit of a pop right here, but got no follow-through on that one, so ended up giving an inside candle down. So no follow-through on that big volume candle right there, so we don't like to go long on those, right? So interesting there on Apple. It ended up being a double inside day on Apple, so that's going to be really interesting going into tomorrow. And speaking of inside days, we're going to see a few of those today. We got Tesla with a really tight compressed inside day as well, right? So right here. So this is getting really tight, guys, on Tesla. Looking to see if this thing gives a breakout one way or the other here pretty soon. So that's looking pretty interesting as well. Let's take a look at Boeing, guys. This is a great one in our group. We have our Discord. We got a news feed in there that really, it's kind of like a one-stop shop, so you don't have to keep checking on Twitter and all that stuff. We're kind of all together looking at all this stuff together. And if we see something interesting, right, we can act on it. Members did well off this one. We had a double inside 15 up on Boeing. The news came out here. You can see on the 5-minute chart. Came out right around here, right? You see the volume came in here with an inside 5, pause, right, measured move, up, right? It gave a beautiful move. The 175 calls doubled on that one. I know members did well on that one today too. So, and we found resistance right there at the daily cloud. Imagine that. So, a lot of call activity in. I'm so used to AA. Whenever I type AA, my fingers are like, you're saying Apple. No, I'm AAL. Come on, fingers, let's go. So AAL with a big bounce today. Again, it looks like they're getting a bailout. On some payroll. $25 billion of payroll relief for the airlines company. So that got a big move today. So we jumped in this one today. Members, if you guys follow Algo Paul on Twitter, he's in our group and does a lot of great stuff with Elliott Wave. And he was in this way earlier on an Elliott Wave pattern and was just enjoy that wave up today. So that was beautiful. So I'll tweet that out later so you guys can check it out and see what he was looking at. It was really cool stuff. And let's take a look at Roku. So Roku had his earnings after hours. I think they had like a beat and it just kind of pulled back again here. So this one's the king of reversing on earnings. So but oftentimes it'll gap up and then it'll reverse after that. So this is kind of really interesting after hours type stuff on this one. So keep an eye on Roku tomorrow. Hopefully those premiums start getting better for us here too. Etsy had a beat on earnings and guidance, and it seems to be kind of holding up okay here. So we'll see how that goes going into tomorrow. So this is kind of the big. There's a bunch of other ones here tonight, but we'll be I'm sure we'll talk about them tonight on the live stream. So we'll see you guys then at 9:30. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification button so you see we go live when these other videos come out. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.